What's good, guys? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one I want to break down what's happening with Tesla stock in the overall markets. I'm also going to break down some negative news that just came out, as reports are suggesting that the Tesla Robotaxi event is going to be delayed by 2 months. So I'm going to break down what the reports are saying, what this means for Tesla moving forward, and why Tesla is dipping. But let me just mention that I am not a financial planner. Take nothing I say as financial advice. And then don't forget about the Moomoo link. The offer ends very soon. Deposit $100 and you're guaranteed 5 free stocks, but in 1,000 you're guaranteed 15, and the offer ends in just about 3 weeks. Anyways, for Tesla, we got this big red bars we're starting to reject right over here. We're going to be looking at some key support at 242 and 240. And if we end up losing 240, we're going to be dipping all the way down to 231. So make sure you watch those levels very carefully. If we try to hold above 245, however, we could try to rebound to 250. It's also going to be our key resistance. But why is Tesla dipping so hard? What on earth is going on? We had this news right over here that just came out less than an hour ago. It's basically saying that Tesla shares have fallen 6% after reports of the Robotaxi unveiling delay. And this is actually very important because, firstly, Elon Musk announced that the Robotaxi event is going to be on August 8th. Okay. And, investors were very excited. They were very hyped up. But then Bloomberg has come out and they're announcing that actually it's going to be pushed to October instead. So that's why the share price is dropping over 6% after 11 straight green days. So what's going on with this? What is Bloomberg saying? They're saying that they're going to be delaying the Robotaxi event by 2 months. They also mentioned that the team is going to be working on projects because they need more time to build more prototypes. And also, they cited very familiar people with the decision. Tesla did not respond so far for the request to comment by CNBC quite yet. We're just waiting to see Tesla's response. And then on top of this, Tesla shares are now in negative territory for the first time in quite some time. On top of this, there's been a lot of talk about how the Robotaxi is making a lot of progress. They're kind of like telling people not to worry too much, but this news is still a little bit more in the negative for Tesla. There's also more reports out there coming from mainstream news about this. Let me just note that I was looking through Elon Musk's Twitter page. I didn't see him announce anything about this. I didn't see his opinion on this. So I can't confirm that Elon Musk is agreeing with this or saying this as well. And I don't have confirmation yet that Tesla has officially announced this. I haven't seen that yet, but I am seeing the large majority of mainstream news articles screaming this. I'm seeing this all over the place. Even like 20 minutes ago, the articles are coming out. I'm seeing this everywhere that Tesla is delaying the Robotaxi events. So that does still have a big toll on the share price. And that's why you need to know about this, anyways. I also want to note that another very important analyst was cited, known as Dan Ives from Wedbush. He came out and said some very important things. He said that he's very bullish on Tesla nonetheless, especially for the share price, at least moving forward. But the issue is with this news coming out, it's a little bit more negative for Tesla for the short term. So he mentioned that that's something else that's worth noting. He also remains bullish despite this, and I still am bullish too, as long as we get that event very soon. Because like whether it's August or even October, it's just a few months away. Not the end of the world. It's just a slight delay if this were to truly be the case. But it's still bullish if Tesla finally gets something very cool going on in October. I wouldn't be surprised if their engineers need a little bit more time to build more prototypes. And it's very, very realistic. It's very factual, at least based off what Bloomberg is saying. For the reasons why this delay could be going on. But nonetheless, just like what Dan Ives is saying, and I do agree with his point, I'm still bullish on Tesla despite that. I'm not really very, very bearish for like the medium term. The short term is looking a little bit more bearish, like Tesla could dip lower, but the medium term is still back to bullish. We should be looking for a big push up. Now, what is my opinion on this? Is this confirmed? I want to say this. This article just came out like 1 to 2 hours ago, right? It's very, very new. When I made my last video just a few hours ago, I didn't see this article at all. So I just want to make it very clear that mainstream media was just barely started talking about this. So we're going to wait for Tesla and Elon Musk's responses. I'm still waiting for them. All I'm seeing right now is mainstream news is talking about this, which is still affecting Tesla. But I'm gonna wait and see if Elon Musk tweets about this. Do we see something else? And I'll keep you guys updated just to be safe. So we will see how things end up going and what Elon Musk ends up saying. With that being said, what do I see for Tesla's share price? Honestly, guys, we have some very important levels to watch for. We basically have 245 as one of our supports. If that fails, watch 242.5 and then 240. If we lose 242.5 or 240, that range right over here, Tesla's going to be tipping all the way down to 231. That's going to be a big test of our 4-hour 50 EMA. If we start breaking back up, you want to be watching 250's resistance. If we break through that, we could be pushing back up to 255 plus. So watch 250 as resistance and then 240 to 242 as support. Whichever way we break will determine the much bigger move. As of right now, we are looking a little bit more bearish. There is a risk of it tipping lower looking at momentum that's building. So I want everyone to just be very, very careful with Tesla right now. Okay, so news is very important. It does affect Tesla big time. That's why I'm reporting this. But just know I'm still waiting for Tesla and Elon Musk to kind of give us confirmation of this. So we're just going to have to wait and see. How is ES looking? Obviously, guys, it's dipped quite a bit. We have this resistance that's worth noting around. Basically, it's very close to about 56.40, not to mention our 20 EMA around 56.47. We also have support at 5600 flats. I'm going to be watching to see how well we hold up. Overall, it's looking like the trend is a little bit more bearish, but we're going to be watching to see how well we hold up above the 56 area. This is also what's dictating SPY right now. SPY has dipped quite a bit onto the 4-hour time frame. The chart's very simple. We have 558 is going to be our resistance, and we have support at 555.9. That's going to be our 20 EMA. If we lose the 20 EMA or close below 555, we're going to turn bearish. We could be dipping all the way down to 552. If we hold above it, we could try to rebound tomorrow back up to 558. It is possible. So watch this support at 555.9 around that 555 area. If we lose it, there's going to be a much bigger drop coming. That's going to be the next support to be watching for. As of right now, SPY is looking like it's bearish overall, but it's trying to kind of base. Looking at Nvda, we have resistance. It's pretty much just stuck between our EMAs. 130 is going to be resistance, and 127.8 is going to be support. We're kind of stuck in the middle. Whichever way we break is going to cause a bigger move. Break 130, look for 132, and lose 127.8. We're going to be dipping all the way down to about 125. We're stuck in the middle, and I do see some bearish momentum building though, so there is a risk of Nvidia dipping lower, but watch and see a break for confirmation. For Bitcoin, we have a double top leg structure. Watch resistance at 58,000. If we lose support at 57,000, there's going to be a bigger dip. So watch and see how it ends up going. That's something else that's worth noting. The QQQ, we're looking a little bit more bearish. Make sure you watch supports. We're trying to hold around 492.5, that area. If that fails, make sure you watch 489.6, very close to 490, that range. If that fails, there's going to be a bigger dip. Watch resistance at 496. We'll have to see what kind of reaction we get. So be very, very patient. For Apple, Apple's kind of in the middle, but just note that we have support currently at 227.27. If we lose 227, Apple's going to be dipping down to 225. If we hold this, we're going to try to rebound to 230. So watch 227 as key support on Apple. For Supermicro, we're kind of rejected here. Support is currently at 867. If that fails us, we're going down to 850. And if we hold above 880 plus, I could be looking for a retest of 900 if we do try to rebound. So watch 900 as key resistance and see how we end up reacting. It looks like it could try to push a little bit higher, get closer to 900, but then we'll see if we get some kind of rejection or not. As I said earlier, the IWM is looking more bullish, watching 211 as resistance. If that breaks, we're going up to 212.5. It's still looking very bullish, outperforming the market. AMD, we're going to be looking at resistance at 180 flat, 180.6, and we have support currently at 175 if we lose 180. So watch those levels very carefully. Coinbase is kind of rejecting. We attempted to bounce only to reject back down. We're watching 215 as support. If that fails us, we're coming all the way down to 210. So watch for that. For Amazon failed to hold above 200. It's now rejecting. We also called. I told you all if we lost support, I'd be looking at 195, and if that broke, I'd be looking for us to test very close to about 192.5. We came close to that, so that's where our support happens to be. We have resistance at 195, so watch for that. We're still looking a little bit more bearish. Meta is looking a little bit more bearish as well. Our resistance happens to be at 515 and also at 518. And we have support all the way down here at 510 to 508. If we lose 508, we're going to be dipping all the way down towards 505. So just be careful, guys. There's a risk of some downside. For Microsoft, we have resistance at 456, and our key support is currently at 452. If we lose 452, we're going to be dipping all the way down towards 450. So I'm seeing some weakness on the chart, still looking a little bit more bearish overall. Same thing with Google, but Google's trying to hold support at 187. If we lose 187, we're going to be looking for a bigger dip all the way down towards 185. And we have resistance at 189. So watch 187, see if we hold that or not. That's going to be a very, very key level as well. With that being said, guys, I want to thank you all so much for listening. As far as Tesla goes, there's a little bit of a dip coming right over here. Tesla's looking kind of weak right now after getting a lot of negative news, but much of the move is kind of like done to the downside. Let's wait and see now. So the damage has been done by all these headlines saying that the Robotaxi event is going to be delayed. But I want to wait and see Elon Musk and Tesla. I want to hear them confirm this. I want to hear what they have to say about it, just for more confirmation. Despite them not confirming it yet, the news is out there and Tesla's still crashing as a result. That's the way the market works, right? News still has a big effect on us, whether a company confirms something or not. So we'll just have to wait and see. But just know that technicals hold. We're still looking more bearish on Tesla. We'll wait and see what Musk has to say, and we'll give this some time. But with that being said, thank you all so much for listening. I'll be back in a few hours, and peace out.